physics topic ASAD, very confusing. You are not alone. It's confusing to everyone. It's confusing to everyone. Let's review this one. We discussed this the other day. I mean Monday. Why this is downward sloping? This one. There are three reasons. Okay. So three reasons. First of all, y is c plus I plus g plus nx, right? Nx is x minus m. Okay. So as p goes down, okay, price falls down, we move this direction. So three explanations here. So our class note, page 5 here. So three effects: wealth, interest rate, exchange rate. Wealth is on C. Okay. Interest rate is on I. Exchange rate is on NX. Okay. So let's attack one by one. We discussed this Monday, even if just reviewed this one. Your explanation is everyone has, so the nationwide we have this much money all together. You have Kyunghwa has some money, okay, SH has some money, Yungyang has some, Jisin has some money, or total MS we have. It's, total is because the government supplies, this is government discretion, right? So it is fixed, dumped upon you. So Yungyang is not going to burn the money away. So as long as MS is given to the money, MS is held by the whole general public is MS, right? Understandable. So you cannot change because, okay, Byung-yun, would you tear away extra money? No, you'll keep it, right? Even if you don't need it, you will keep the money. So when you have extra money, what would you do? Never burn it away, right? What would you do? Number one, spend, okay? Spend, then as everybody spends the money, price goes up, goes down. Goes up, okay? Then that's one option, okay? Spending for products, the investment for assets, okay? The other option is that you would like to buy some other assets than money. Money is an asset actually, but there are many other type of assets, stocks and bonds. So when you have extra money, you probably would like to change the form of asset from money into something else, interest bearing or yield bearing asset, right? So as you buy more stocks, stock price goes up or goes down. Stock price, asset price goes up, right? As price goes up means interest rate falls down. Keep this in mind. So as everybody spends more, price goes up. When we say spending, we mean spending for products, immediate consumption, okay, product and services. When we say investment, buy something, asset for the future, okay, you buy a stock to turn it into sometime in the future. You make investment, you buy stock or government bond. Why do you do that? Because you love some stocks or you love government bonds. That's beautiful. Do you buy the government bonds are beautiful? You buy them? No. Sometime in the future you turn it into money and then buy something else, right? So investment, from your perspective, you buy assets. So that's for future consumption, right? So, right, immediate consumption we call spending. Okay, buying an asset that's for future consumption or your children's consumption. If it's not your future consumption, your children's consumption, right? Right. Eventually, you understand what I'm saying. So, products is for, when you say products, that's for immediate consumption. In this year, you spend, you use it, you utilize it. That's spending or products, while asset is for future consumption. Your future or your children's future or your children's future or children's future or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? That's for anyway future consumption. So as everybody spends more, price goes up. Okay. Now, as everybody invest, interest falls down. Because why interest falls down? interest falls down is the same, exactly same thing as asset price goes up. I'll come back to that to explain. That's key to understand here. As your asset price goes up, interest falls down. Same story, same thing. Okay? Interest rate, asset price goes up means interest falls down. Okay? I'll explain this as time allows, maybe next week. But time constraint, I cannot explain this today. Anyway, so keep this in mind. When you have extra money, okay, don't tear it away. Don't give it to me. Don't burn it away. Just spend it. Invest it. Understandable? Okay, keep this in mind. So MLS is given to you. So now, the other day we understood the value of money, purchasing power, right? Purchasing power increases as price level falls down. Understand what I mean, right? I explained this last week in great detail. Price level goes up, value of money goes down. Value of money, purchasing power. Money is the only reason why you would like to keep money. That it's not because money is beautiful looking. Is it beautiful? Money, it's very ugly, right? Is it of any use? Blow notes, is it useful? When you blow notes, is money useful? No, right? Okay. So as an igniter, 불쏘시개, is it useful? No. Is money useful as an igniter? 불쏘시개, is it useful? Right? US dollar doesn't burn, actually. Did you know that? US dollar doesn't burn. Okay. So it's of no use. Money is of no use, right? For any other use, only use of money is what? Purchasing power, right? You can buy something with money. Is that clear to you? So anyway, so now story explanation number one. There are three theories. Why AD curve should downward sloping. Three explanations. Number one, okay, as price falls down, we moving this direction, falls down because why? I'm going to explain this direction. Price falls down, value, real value of money holding economy-wise, okay, value of money increases, decreases. Price falls down, okay, you have, okay, for example, right now, 경화 has 1 million won in her pocket right now. Okay, price level previously yesterday price level was 200. Okay, today price level is 100. So does she need that much money right now today? She doesn't need, right? If price level cuts in half, all the money she needs is half of the, so 500 million won is enough. But she has to dispose the extra money, which is 500 million won, right? She is never going to give the money to me. But what is he going to do with the money in the product market? Y increases, okay, here. Y assumption is that she spends more. She spends more what? She buys more, right? What does it mean here? Here, okay, money price level cannot go up because our definition is to find out what if price level falls down. This is our law. Okay. Our direction, moving direction. One more time. Yesterday, okay, 경화 holds 1 billion won in her pocket. Do you have a pocket? Purse, okay. She has purse. 경화 has 1 billion won in her purse. Okay. Yesterday, price level was 200. Today, price level is 100. Okay, now, yesterday, there should have been reason why she had 1 billion won in her purse. Because to buy something, medium of exchange, medium of exchange or store value, for that, actually medium of exchange she held. Remember the case of the two bus rides, one lunch, one dinner, one bribe to professor. You remember that, right? As price doubles, you need. That's for the purpose of medium of exchange. So now as price is cut in half, C needs for the purpose of medium of exchange. All that she needs to have in her purse is 500 million won only. But the rest she would like to spend, right? What does it mean? She spends more. Increase in what? Here. C. This is C. She spends more, okay? Okay, she spends more. That's increase in C. As price falls down, people tend to consume more, right? Spending, we say household spending we call consumption. Is that clear? Okay. 현민, are you with me? Kind of. 다은. You understand what I'm saying? 준영, are you with me? Okay. All our discussion is, as I keep saying, it's a partial equilibrium analysis. Okay. Focus on our main interest right now. Okay. Here, our focus is that to find out the relationship between P and Y. Okay. So incidentally, P consists of C, I, G, and X, right? Okay. So first step, the P level P, price level, the effect of price level on your consumption. Okay. The effect of price level on investment. Price level, the effect of price level on net exports. That's our topic right now, to check that out. Okay, so step number 1. The effect of price level on your consumption decision. Okay, then that's our goal right now. And fact 1 is that you cannot change MS. Okay? So now you follow me. Why do you keep money in your purse? Actually, there are 2 purposes, right? One is medium of exchange. The other is the store value, right? Two reasons. Okay. As I say, medium of exchange is for spending. Okay. Store value is what? For your investment. Your personal investment. The term is confusing. Your investment is different than this investment. That's really confusing. He mentions something somewhere in the textbook. Investment may mean 2 different things. Everyday life, you invest some money in real estate, some money in somewhere, right? In deposit or government bond or stocks. You say in this way. That's one type of investment. Personal investment, your investment. Okay. And the other investment is this I. Who makes this investment? There are 3 parties in an economy, right? When you say economy, a national economy, there are 3 types of players, namely households, firms, and the government. Okay, 3 types of. Okay, 가계, 기업, 정부. Keep this in mind. There are 3 players. In general, households make consumption, firm make investment, and government makes G. G is from households, I is from firms, okay? G is from the government, right? Then add up, right? Okay. So this investment is then made by the only firms to build factories, new factories, build new roads, something like that. That's what we call macroeconomy. Economics we call investment is, okay. But in your daily life, you invest some money. That doesn't mean this investment. It's confusing, okay. It's confusing, but he explains anyways. Somewhere in the textbook, he explains that he addresses addresses that issue. There are two types of investment. Everyday life, you say investment. I invest some money. My mom invested some money in something. My dad invested somewhere else. Then meaning household investment is that's a matter of asset. Okay, you buy some asset. Well, investment means the same thing as buy some type of asset. So you invest your money in your personal life. You invest money in Samsung Electronics stock. What does it mean? You buy Samsung's stock, right? Samsung stock is an asset. In your personal life, when you say invest some money, means you buy a particular type of asset for the future consumption. That's one type of investment, okay? This investment is what firms make for the future production. The two different types of investment. So don't get confused between these two. Okay, now let's get back to here. Because time is limited. So if you don't clearly understand, this is enough. So at the end of the day, the final result is enough. But certainly there are many of you who are curious of why that is so, right? You are interested in that, right? You are interested in knowing what that is so. Jin-kyung may not be interested in knowing what that is so. Jung-wan, you are interested in knowing what that is so. It's not enough, right? This is the end result. Jung-wan is interested in knowing what that is so, right? Are you not? Are you? You are not? TJ may not be interested in knowing the process. Okay. Okay. You are curious of, right? Why that is so? You would like to understand that, right? So those of you, okay, who have strong curiosity knowing what that is so, you listen to me. You are not, those of you who are not interested, this is at the end of the day, this is enough. Meaning at the end of the day, we will have this diagram. What is AS or AD? AS or AD? Ihun, is this AD or one is AS and the other is AD? Is this AD or AS? AD. Okay, someone, what is this? AS, right? So this is enough. Okay? So for the purpose of this class, okay, this course element, this is principles of economics. Okay, it's enough at the end of the day. If you are clearly understand, not without knowing why, you may not be able to clearly understand, but somehow, okay, you have some sense. This may be so. This may be so. That's enough. So, do you know what I mean? Okay. So this is for those of you who have very strong intellectual curiosity, so to speak. Intellectual curiosity. Okay, you follow me? So because time is limited, I should go forward quickly. So number one, there are three reasons in our class note. What page? I'm referring you to middle of page 5 class note right here. I'm repeating what I explained Monday. Just follow quickly. Let's go forward. Number one reason is that as P goes down, price level goes down. So she doesn't. So yesterday price level was 200. Now price level is 100. So she doesn't need that much money for the transaction purpose. So medium of exchange. So she may spend. She would like to spend the money away. Then she goes up. Okay. As she goes up, Y goes up. Is it clear? Okay. That's one way of disposing extra money. Okay. And the second way of disposing money is that she would like to buy some assets, right? Government bond. That's money market. And one is product market. There are essentially two markets in the world. One is product market. The other is money market. We say money market. Investment market. One is spending and household investing. So she would like to buy some bonds, okay, government bonds, private bonds, and then she buys. Then everyone else, not just her, everyone else try to buy some other bonds. Interest rate goes up, goes down. I said goes down. Why that is, I'll come back to that next week. So anyway, as interest rate falls down, firm investment goes up, goes down. Seven, this question is for you. As interest rate falls down, firm investment goes up, goes down. Goes up. Okay, goes up. Clear? So that's interest rate effect. I think that's understandable. Number three, exchange rate effect is that Korea's interest rate falls down. Capital inflow or capital outflow? Capital outflow, right? So Korea's interest rate, previously Korea's interest rate was 5%, America's interest was 5% then. Now Korea's interest rate falls down to 3%. What would you do? Would you invest more in Korea, more in America? America. So it's capital outflow. As capital goes out, American US dollar appreciates or depreciates? Appreciates. US dollar appreciates. Okay. So as US dollar appreciates, Korea's export is promoted because. Okay. For any further details, I refer you to the textbook explanation. So I don't have enough time. So all in all, so as this falls down, okay, price level falls down, this increases, and this X increases, everything else being equal. This and this is demoted. Okay, so same time. So all in all, P goes up, falls down. Okay. With that explained, I refer you to Table 1, Chapter 33. Let's quickly go over this. Table 1, this is actually a handy summary of all the sections which is explaining this one. Let's quickly go over this. So the wealth effect, not many of you have textbook. I understand, understandable, because it's way too heavy, right? Way too heavy. Then simply, so I have to follow the majority, right? We are in democracy now. Because majority of you didn't bring textbook, so let's discuss this without textbook. A shift in here. What if government increases its expenditure, G increases? Okay, G increases, this is AD curve. As G increases, AD curve moves which direction? G increases that direction, right? Is that clear? Mm-hmm. So same price level, higher G, no, higher Y. This is shift in this direction, right? Understandable. Okay. Another one is that somehow people become very, very pessimistic about the future. Do you consume more or less? Less. So somehow the average mood of the people, okay, sours. Sometimes you say in that way. Average mood of the people sours. Okay, then everybody is discouraged. Then this move in that direction. Okay, what else can you think of? Oh, stock market is booming for some reason. Okay, stock market is booming. Do you consume more or less? Consume more, right? Because what they call wealth effect. What else? Oh, in other cases, that suddenly, okay, Galaxy, what type? What is the newest version of Galaxy? 3? Okay, Galaxy Note 3, because I'm ignorant of iPhones. I hate iPhone actually. I hate actually cell phone because, remember, from time to time, I would like to be disconnected from the whole world. Okay? I'm very serious because I love. Okay. So anyway, my main point is that galaxy, whatever, okay, Samsung Galaxy, whatever, suddenly become very popular in the Malaysia or Netherlands or Latvia or United States all around. What happens to this? Somehow, for some other reasons, it becomes all of a sudden, Galaxy becomes very, very popular. So, AD car moves, this car moves to which direction? Think about that. What would, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables, okay, 5 variables, which is affected? X increases, decreases, increases, okay. The other way around, somehow, okay, some people say Lancome foundation is very excellent for ladies' skin. What happens to you? That's a rumor, actually. Somehow, the rumor turns around that Lancome particular foundation is very good for whitening the skin, ladies' skins. What happens? That's simply a rumor, but from time to time, rumor is very effective. Okay, Ultron, what would you do? Somebody comes to you and say, Lancome, which country is Lancome from? Lancome. France, right? So as I say, well, Lancome developed very, very attractive new perfume. What would you do? Yeah, so cosmetics, okay. She doesn't have any interest in cosmetics, so she doesn't have any. What would you do? Beautiful new. Okay. You buy it, right? That's import, right? Here, import increases. What happens? Why it falls down the other way? Understandable? So there are many, many other factors which may affect AD curve. Okay, that's understood. So this one, table 1 is all about this type of stories. So what if? Okay, now our next job is this one. Okay, it's slightly confusing, but okay. So now before that, I have to explain long run. This one. This is figure 4. Long run. Okay, long run aggregate supply curve. Long run aggregate supply curve. Okay, here basic assumption is that we cannot produce, an economy cannot produce any more than production potential capacity on a consistent, keyword is on a consistent basis. Temporarily, you can produce more or less than production capacity, but on the long run, okay, the economy will tend to the production capacity. No unemployment or no overemployment, just enough natural rate of employment. It's understandable, right? You can, as he keeps saying, for all through the 4 years, okay, you cannot stay alert all through there. Sometimes you have to sleep, you have to play, right? Okay, so but for only one course, for principles of economics, you can sit up many days, over many nights, sit up, right? You can do that. But on a consistent basis, you cannot do that. Can you? You cannot do that. So for temporary, okay, for a short period of time, you can produce more than your capacity. But on a consistent basis, you cannot do that. Is that understandable? That's the meaning of long-run aggregate supply curve is fixed. No matter what, Y is fixed. This is Y, right? Y is all about production. Understandable, okay. Then what specific rate this is determined. So my explaining is idea for you. Let's come back to class note page 6 here. Here, what defines production capacity of a country? So this one, okay, y equal alpha multiplied by FLKH. I explained this many times before. Okay, so the only way to change, this is understandable, right? Remember, y is, as I keep saying, real variable, quantity. Conceptually, that means quantity, not. It doesn't have anything to do with money, monetary money. So why is this one? So our key concern is that long run. This means y. This means y we may call y0. Y0 is the, what we call natural level of output. Okay. Natural level of output means the product from natural rate of unemployment. So that I keep saying that natural rate of unemployment practically means full employment. So we cannot reduce unemployment to absolute zero because of what? Two explanations, right? Do you remember why we cannot reduce unemployment rate to absolute zero? Number one, because there is a frictional unemployment, right? Frictional unemployment. I explained this before. So relocation, re-education, many things of time, and then to collect information first of all. So you are fired. Okay? Before finding a new job, you have to know who's hiring, which company hiring people. Then you will apply to there, right? It takes time. So in the meantime, you are unemployed, right? Is that clear? So more than that, sometimes you have to relocate to Busan. It takes a lot of time, right, for you to relocate to Busan. That's what I call frictional unemployment. Just like we cannot, in the real world, we cannot avoid frictions, right? Here, surface, you cannot make this surface frictionless. That's a matter of degree. Likewise, in the real world, you cannot remove such frictions altogether. Is that clear? Completely, you cannot remove. That's what I call frictional unemployment. The other one is the structural unemployment. I think I explained that to you, right? Structural unemployment is the minimum wage loss and then union wage, things like that. So in the real world, we cannot read absolute zero. So Y0 means practical sense, we mean full employment. Okay? You mobilize all your capacities. Then you can, that's normal, your production, right? Your normal performance. So this is it. So what defines this is the equation. Y equal alpha multiplied FLKHN. Okay. I told you, you would come across this equation time and again before graduation. You cannot avoid this equation. So this means two ways to increase this, push it this direction. Production capacity, this is Y0, so Y0 prime. So this is Y0 prime. 2013, 2014, 2015, as time goes by, you would like to expand the production capacity of our Korea's economy, right? Okay. Hunji, are you with me? Okay. So how can you do that? It's simple. Improvement of productivity, alpha, total factor product, or by increasing number of people, or more capital, or educating and training, educating people more, and naturally is like this way. Okay, this is typical classical economic issue, classical economic of long term. Okay, Keynesian classical long term, how to increase production capacity of our country. That's classical, very, very classical economic issue. While Keynesian economic issue is how to stabilize, short-run stabilization. Okay, so short-run, the economy is very as volatile as Kyung-Hwa's mind, right? I explained that, right? Okay, so Understood, right? This is you understood this long run. Figure 4, you understood. Now we are moving here, this direction. Then it's somewhat tricky and then somewhat difficult to understand. Okay, for details, I refer you to textbook, except for only one thing. Now we are in the top of page 7 here, page 7. So there are 3 theories why this is so. This is so means why the AS curve is upward sloping. There are 3 reasons he gives here, explanations. And then details I refer to textbook. Slightly tricky, but reading it carefully, you can understand that. Now, to help you understand the point, let me tell you one thing. Here, the sticky wage model, we assume your firm is flexible in offering the price setting. Your firm is flexible. Okay, all the other firms are sticky. Okay. So your firm changes the price, but all the other firms do not change prices. Okay. So then here not firms. Okay, wages don't change. You are flexible. Your price policy is flexible. But wages don't change, sticky. Okay, understand? Keep this in mind. You wouldn't be confused. It's slightly confusing. Comparing the 3 theories, slightly confusing. So to avoid confusion, okay, you listen to me. Assumption in sticky wage model, we are flexible. We as the firm, we are flexible, but wages are sticky. Sticky means tend to remain the same. Okay, that's sticky. Then sticky price model, our firm is sticky. We don't change our price. Everybody else changes price. Okay? So the assumptions are different, just the opposite. If keep this in mind, you wouldn't be confused. And then the final is we are flexible. This one. Misconception theory is that we are flexible and then we assume all the others are sticky. Okay? We assume, not me, not reality, but simply we assume all the others are sticky and we are flexible. Okay? Keep this in mind, then you wouldn't be confused understanding that. So here, even if the processes are different, 1, 2, 3, conclusion is all the same. Here, conclusion is the summary, number 4. Short run AS. Okay, short run AS is Y. Short run AS is this one. We mean this one. Short run AS curve. Here, Y equal, what do I have here? Natural level of output. Okay. Here, do you know where we are right now? Item number 4. In the middle of page, class note page 7. Okay, here, short run Y equal Y0 plus this is equivalent to alpha. Okay, actual price level. Okay, this is expected price level. EP. So actual price EP. So you can understand from intuition. You can understand this. Even if the processes are different, conclusion the same story. So if you understand what this equation means, that's enough. Okay. Remember, you make a production plan on the basis of expected price, right? Expected price, right? And then this is actually initially we assume we are in the equilibrium Y0, natural level of starting from here. Here you have an expected price, right? Okay, you have an expected price. Is that clear to you? So everybody else, so not everybody else, all the players in an economy, okay, make a plan to produce this Y on the basis of expected price. Okay, then what would you do if you see? Okay, as the time goes by, in the middle of the year, planning year, you find out price level is higher than you expect, would you increase production or decrease production? One more time. Initially, January 1st, 2013, okay, you have an expected price, okay, price on the basis of expected price, you make a plan to produce Y0. Okay, is that clear? Then as time goes by, you realize the real price is, actual price is higher than you expected. Would you produce more or less? More. This is very simple. So this is actual price, okay? This is actual price. This price is actual price, okay? This price, of course, price level. So initially, you planned to produce somewhere Y0, okay? As time goes by, in the middle of the year, you find out actual price level is higher than you planned. Would you produce more or less? Absolutely more, right? It makes sense. Then that's enough. So this is goes up. Understandable, right? You are too, right? Somewhat makes sense, right? You don't need to completely convinced by this one. Actually, as I said the other day, macroeconomics theories are still evolving. Okay? No consensual theories is no theories comes together with total agreement among economists. Some economists say in this way, others in that way. You don't need to be totally convinced. Just it makes some sense. That's enough, especially for the purpose of this course as principles of economics, elementary economics. Okay, rough understanding is enough. Macroeconomics, especially microeconomics, you should clearly understand. Macroeconomics, rough understanding is enough because, as I keep saying, macroeconomic theories are still evolving. Okay. So maybe Mankiw's story will maybe somewhat different next year. Not next year. The next version edition will be, you will hear different stories from the same person, Mankiw. So anyway, it's understandable, right? Then it's enough. This one more time. This relationship appeals to your intuition. That's enough. All then you need to do. One more time. Let me explain one more time. At the January 1st, you make a plan for the coming year. So expected price, not just you have this over the price level. You make the whole economy wise. Of course, this is individual. You do that, but collectively, the whole economy economy has expected prices. Okay? On the basis that we make this plan, then in the midway, economy finds out that actual price is higher than expected price. This was your planned product, right? Plan expected product, expected price, expected planned product. I better change. This is planned Y. Because this is logical, right? On the basis of expected price, you make production plan. Is that clear? Makes sense, right? Okay. On the basis of expected prices or prices, you make a production plan. That's Y0. Then in the midway, you find actual price is higher than expected price. Would you produce more or less? More. Huh? Price goes up, you should produce more. So then that's enough. Okay. Now, so, okay. Okay, then combining these two, okay, fixing, now we are ready to fix the puzzle. Okay, puzzle is there. We have, this is goes up, goes down. Okay, then what is this? Y, P, equilibrium price. Okay, this is, to be precise, this is short run AS curve. Long run AS curve, of course, remember long run AS curve, this one is long run AS curve. Initial equilibrium, initially we are here. Initially here. This is long, I think I am right? This figure 7. So not to confuse you, I should be precise, right? Figure 7 is that, one more time, our interest is in partial equilibrium analysis. Equilibrium analysis. From one equilibrium to another equilibrium. That's it. Initially, we assume this is Y0. Y0. Initially, the system is in equilibrium. So equilibrium means here, long run equilibrium, and then short run equilibrium here, same story. Okay. This is only shorter than 2 years. Okay. That's according to Mankiw. He clearly said that Keynesian economics theories are only for shorter than less than 2 years time horizon. Longer than that, you have to focus on this long run. Okay. What that means is that long run economy should come back to here. As I say, short run, it can Y0 maybe here and that direction. This direction we call overheating. Economy is overheating, and this is recession or depression, this region. So that you follow me here. This conclusion in the first hour. This is understandable, right? One more time. Our interest is always in equilibrium analysis. From one equilibrium to another equilibrium. That's our main point. Okay. Now, okay. Stock market crashes. What happens here? Okay, so once more, third time, I refer you to page 5 of class note. Page 5 of class note. Here, middle, demand side of GDP. Why is GDP is defined by CIG and X, right? Wealth effect. Price falls down, value of money goes up, real wealth goes up, C goes up. Okay, fill the blank with a C. Okay. So did you feel C? Okay, that's a C. Interest rate, this one is there. P falls down, real money balance goes up. So real money balance goes up means you have to dispose extra money, right? As you dispose money, your bond purchases goes up. Price goes up, bond price goes up, interest falls down. I'll come back to this, why this is so. Next week, you have to clearly understand why this is so. Okay, and then as R falls down, I goes up. Fill the blank with an I, large I. Okay, large I, capital I, understandable. Then I goes up, Y goes up. Okay, then this is money market. Interest is, there are two markets. Okay, one is money market, the other is product market, which defines interest rate. So this interest is a short-run interest rate, and then loanable funds market interest is long-run interest rate. Okay, so loanable funds market is from classical economic theories, while money market interest rate is from Keynesian economic theories. They are different. Okay. So exchange rate, no blanks there. Okay, now let's play with all different types of graphs. So this is kind of thought game, mental game. So we understood this Y. Okay. All different types. This is Y. P. Okay, Junyoung, what is this curve? AD. Jehu, what is this? AS, okay. Thought game. Here, P and Y are endogenous variables, right? Endogenous variables. Okay. This is equilibrium, right? Two in the Y, actually, initially Y. Okay. It's P. This is equilibrium. Two endogenous variables here. Then let's think about the effect of an endogenous variable, no, exogenous variable. Partial equilibrium analysis, we have two endogenous variables, and this is equilibrium, right? That's what I keep saying. Our focus is interested in right here. This is our focus. Focal point is this one. Partial equilibrium analysis. We think two variables at a time. This is endogenous, two endogenous variables P and Y. The exogenous variables, effect of exogenous variables on this and that curve. Okay. What if government increases, okay, increases spending? It's spending. Okay. So this curve moves to which curve moves to these two? Okay. Which curve moves to? Let's focus on this one. Okay. Government expands. Okay. G, this moves this direction, right? Okay, delta G, government expand in this direction. This will shift direction, right? Then somehow you become pessimistic about the future. This is delta G, C move this direction, right? And this is what we discussed, okay, in the first hour. There are many. So what else? Import, export, I explained this already, shifting left and right. Stock market crashes. Stock market crashes, your consumption will increase, decrease. That's what we call wealth effect. Okay? Real estate market booms. Okay? Real estate market booms, your consumption will increase, decrease. Increase will move that this direction. Okay. You understand that? Then AS curve. Now let's come back to this AS curve. Okay. So new discovery of technology. You will produce more or less? More. So you'll tend to this will distract. Okay. Okay. And then what if oil crisis? Oil crisis, so production cost goes up, goes down. Oil crisis goes up. Okay, this may shift that direction, maybe this direction. Okay, oil price goes up. So all the prices, oil price is the key raw material for anything, right? This is from oil. This is not from oil. Okay, many things are. This is from oil. This is from oil. This is from oil. Oil prices goes up. Prices will go up, right? Understandable. Okay, this will shift this direction. Then what else do we have? Another example. So here again, all different cases are explained in table 1, table 2. Different going. So all different types of events, which affect AD or AS. Okay. Then we understood delta G. Delta G affects this one, right? Okay. Then what if government increases money supply? Devaluation of what? Yeah, that's right. You're right. Okay. The devaluation of money value. Right. But normally, yeah, devaluation of money. Normally, we don't say in that way. Okay, devaluation or upvaluation is with regard to exchange rate, not the price level. You are right. The value of the money decreases. Well, one thing is, okay, as money expands, what happens to you? interest rate goes up, goes down. Goes down. Interest goes down. Okay. So as interest goes down, which is affected? This and that. So because our focus is then two government policies. One is fiscal policy, government spending. The other is monetary policy. Fiscal policy is, that's very easy, right? Increase tax, decrease spending. Okay. Let's talk about this. The decrease in, now we understood, right? Increase in G, we understood that, right? What if government decreases tax with the same G? Okay, with the same G, government decreases tax. Okay, what is affected? One more time. Okay, so all the related variables A, S, A, D. AD is C plus I plus G plus NX. And then this production capacity, Y is production capacity. Okay, production capacity. This is GDP. Say GDP. AS is GDP. This is GDE. GDE. Okay. GDE. So, okay, let's say Y. Y is in the sense of GDP. Originally, I keep saying that, right? Originally, Y represent GDP, production, and then C, I, G, and X represent spending. Okay, so my question is there. What if government reduces tax with the same G? G is the same. So this is not affected. G is, I say, same G. What is affected by government tax policy? Consumption. C, consumption. So as government, okay, as government reduces tax, your disposable income increases. Then you will spend more. She will increase. Okay, understood. Okay, then the rest is that monetary policy. Monetary policy, it's really delicate to explain. When you say monetary policy, we assume the first round of monetary policy is we assume price level remains the same. Okay? Why that is? So it's going to take a long. It's going to be a long story. But anyway, okay. Monetary policy immediate effect is not on price level. Price is more or less sticky. Before a change in price level, we expect a change in interest rate. Okay? Right? That is, I come back to this next week. So I promise two things to you, right? Okay. Number one is, okay, as the price goes up, the fact that the asset price goes up means fall down in interest rate. I have to explain this to you. I promise this to you. Actually, that's the same story. Two sides of the same coin. Same story. Asset price goes up means interest falls down. Same story. The same. Two sides of the same coin. Okay. For example, Mingi, I see Mingi from front. I see Mingi from the back. Same Mingi, right? Same Mingi, right? Is it different? So two sides of the same coin. You see from this side, that side, same thing. So, okay. As the price goes up, it's exactly the same as interest falls down. Same story. Why that is, I'll come to the next thing. The second thing is that money goes up, money supply goes up, interest falls down. Okay? I'll explain these two things next week. So now, as for today's purpose, government money expands. Okay. Government expands money. What happens? Interest rate falls down, right? As interest rate falls down, what happens? Okay, investment go up. This will move that direction. Okay. Then well, that's basically monetary. Another one is that government can affect the aggregate supply curve too. So what if government reduces tax on firms? Previously, personal income tax, I mean. Now, government, corporate income tax. Government reduces corporate income tax. What would you do? Would you produce more or less? More. Okay? So this may shift in that direction. That's government policy. Okay, what else can I think of? Pretty much same story. Government makes big investment in research and development and finds a great thing and then make it public. Okay? Everybody, you can use it freely. Government makes big investment in research. And then government successfully find great new theories and then make it public. Then what will happen to the aggregate supply? Production will be encouraged, right? That's another type of government effect. So now we are ready to discuss the government stabilization policy. Okay. So now, where are we now? Okay. Before that, let's briefly talk about the U.S. history, which is okay. Class note, but near the bottom of class note 6. Okay, class note 6. Then class note, bottom of class note, this is about the figure 5 U.S. experience. Okay, something like that. This is everywhere actually, not just U.S. experience. Here, here. U.S. experience is something like this. Okay. Originally, the economy was here. Okay. Last year, economy was Y0 here. Okay. So as government expands money supply, this will shift, demand will shift to this direction, right? Okay. We will see Y1. Okay. At higher, this is P, 0, P1. Then government both ways. Okay. At the same time, because government expands, okay, right, this is short run aggregate supply. Okay. So government expands money, this will be shifted to this direction, right? Okay. Then this is Y0. Then previously this was right. Okay. What the figure this tells you is this one. Okay. Originally, I'm sorry. This is not to confuse you because I have to exactly match this table. So as time goes by, this is, remember, this is what's this number here? 1990. Why? What do you mean by this? Natural level of output in 1990. Okay. Second one is natural level 2000. Okay. This is real variable. Don't forget this is real variable. Why? 2000. Why? 2010. So how can these shifts happen. Remember, this is natural level of output. Natural level output, long run aggregate supply curve this year, around this year. Long run aggregate supply curve around this year. Okay. Long run aggregate supply curve in this year. Okay. So, one more time. How can these shifts happen? Right, increase in production capacity, right? This is what I mean by this Y equal alpha multiplied F, right? Through this process, as time goes by, this natural level of output keeps going upwards, right? Understandable, okay? If government remains the same, demand side remains the same thing, what would happen? Price will steadily falls down, right? In the real world, did the price steadily fall down? No, the other way around, right? Why that is? That's simply because through government policies, this keeps going up too. It is well. Okay? And there's two different types of shifts. One is through production, enlargement of production capacity, this keeps moving this direction. At the same time, through various government policies, this keeps moving this direction. Government policies means two things, okay? Or not just government policies. This is shifting the. So this one, C plus I plus G plus X minus M, increasing this plus P increases. So money supply increases. As we understood, everything else being equal, money increases, what happens? This is slightly confusing. Macroeconomics is really confusing. Why that is? Price level remains the same only over 6 months. This is not over 6 months, right? This is years. So classical economy now comes in, right? Remember? In the classical economy, over longer than 2 years, M goes up, what happens? Everything being equal, okay, everything else being equal. Okay. Remember, classical economy, this is, okay, so P, Y. We discussed this before, right? AD curve, classical economy. AD curve. This is equation represented by what? PM equal KY, right? You remember this, right? That's classical theory. Actually, this is classical AD curve. AD curve. Okay. Here, M goes up. What happens here? In this model, is M an endogenous variable or exogenous variable? This model, we have P and Y, right? P and Y. M is an exogenous variable, right? As M increases, this curve moves to which direction? To this direction. Okay. Really confusing. One more time, not to be confused. One more time, keep this in mind. Short run, okay? Money goes up, R goes down. Short run. Okay. Long run, money goes up, P goes up. Keep this in mind. So it's really confusing. So discussing a particular theory, particular event, you have to be very clear what we are discussing. So short-run effect or long-run effect. You should be very clear. Huh? Okay. One more time. As money increases, okay, first effect is that interest falls down. Okay. In the long run, price goes up. Keep this in mind, then you wouldn't be confused. And then this is both of the thing. This long run, right? Long run. Interest effect and price effect. Because of this keeps moving this direction. Oh, what this table, this graph means is that this applies to almost every economy, not every industry, every country. Japan may not be like this. Korea is absolutely like this. Okay, US absolutely like this. Japan is time goes by, this falls down, price falls down. That's Japan's case. Okay, but US case is not this one. It goes up. Why that is? So this shift is due to enlargement of production. This one. Okay, this is supply side. Enlargement supply side. Why this move that direction? This demand side equation. Demand side affected by this and this two. Price level goes up. So now finally today, okay, remember the tagline beginning of today's class. Okay. Confused? What do we have? Beginning of today, I said something, right? What did I write here? Beginning of today. Confused? You are not alone. So because it's really confusing. Anybody is confusing. I'm very often confused too, because the explanation can, from time to time, explanation is just the opposite. Long run, short run, explain. It can be just exactly the polar opposite. Short run, this is that. Long run, that is that. So, because of this, really confusing to anyone. This is confusing. Even from time reading his books, Menkyo is from time to time confused. Many mistakes. I shouldn't say this to you, because I say something. There is lots of errors in textbook. You lose confidence in text. I shouldn't say that, right? Yeah, even if I know Kyunghwa has many defects, I shouldn't say this to you, because it may help you. You lose some confidence in Kyunghwa, right? Okay. So anyway, I'm sure Menkyo is himself is from time very often he is confused. Not to mention myself. Okay. So anyway, let's finish today's story focusing on this one. So now let's focus on, not to further confuse you, okay? Focus on this one. Page, our class note, page 8. This is fortunately our last page. Okay, so figure 8. Okay. So those of you who bring textbook, so juxtapose class note to your textbook, page 8. Okay, page 8 here. The story is something like this, I think. Okay, so here again, because many of you didn't bring a textbook. This is A, B, A. Yes, we have. Okay, this is always our starting point is equilibrium. Equilibrium. Here, our starting point. Okay, first event comes along. The event is this one. What's the event? Aggregate demand. Why does it fall down? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, why does it happen? Textbook it says. Okay, so let's simply assume. Okay, stock market crash. We have a stock market crash. What will happen here? Stock market crash. Which car moves to which direction? To left, right? Stock market. Okay, I know this is clear to you, clear everyone. Stock market crashes, what happens? C falls down, right? Because that's a wealth effect, what you call wealth effect. C falls down, this curve moves to this direction, right? Right? So what follows? P falls down, what do we have? Inflation. Okay. No, I'm sorry, not inflation, I'm sorry. Unemployment, recession. I'm sorry, recession. We have recession, right? Okay. So this is point B. Okay, see. Initially, no, see, A, B, C, okay, A, B, C, okay. A, okay. B, this is B, this is C, C. Then follow me. This is demand shock, right? Demand shock. Stock market crashes, demand falls down right here. Here. Initial equilibrium was here. Okay. In response to stock market crash, people refrain from consumption. Okay, consumption. Then this shift this AD prime. Okay, so what do we have right now? Deflation and depression. Not recession. I shouldn't say depression. Recession. Price falls down, right? Price falls down. What do we have? Recession, right? This is recession. Y0 initially Y. This is Y P0. New price is lower than equilibrium price, and new GDP is smaller than equilibrium for employment. Okay. Then there's different perspectives. Classical economists would say, leave the market alone, it will return to full employment level. Okay. Why that is? You are here, right? This is less than full employment, right? 현지, what would you do if you are fired? This could happen, but unfortunately, this will not happen to you. But just as an assumption, okay? You are just fired. Okay. Would you stay home and starving, or would you go out to the workplace and offer lower wage? Lower wage, right? You beat down your wage. Okay. So as price falls down, this will shift that direction, right? Everything else being equal, okay, wage falls down. Remember, price is your price, So I should have said that, right? I explained this before. This is AS curve, right? So we understood that, right? Oil crisis, meaning the price of raw materials goes up, right? Then this is shifted. Okay? It's same. This is shifted, right? Okay. Then, what if, okay, the factor prices fall down? Typically, wage falls down. Wage falls down to produce same Y, AS, your cost will go up, go down. Wage falls down. This will be shifted in this direction, right? Different story. This AS is the price of finished product, okay? Because this is Y, okay? Y, okay? Wage falls down. Your input cost falls down, right? Remember, same story. Wage is your input. Labor is your input. Capital is your input. Raw materials are your input, right? Usually same story. So wage falls down. Then as wage falls down and everything, raw materials price falls down, what will happen to you? This will be, AS will be shifted where? This direction, right? Okay. Understandable? This will be shifted. This will be shifted here. Okay. Remember, P represents the actually P itself represented the finished product. But anyway, so now comes different perspective. Classical economist. So wait 2 years. The economy will return to what? Full employment level. But and the Keynes comes in and says that in 2 years we are all dead. Okay, he said in the long run we are all dead. Meaning, 현재 understands that in 2 years I'll be rehired. But there is no guarantee there, right? There is no guarantee. So once I said the other day, right? Macroscopic, that's maybe a small thing. To the people who are fired, that's a life and death matter, right? Can you stay you are quiet, peaceful, your mind would be peaceful? Or never so, because of this government, okay, should intervene, okay, cure the disease as quickly as possible. That's what Keynes said. Okay. In the long run, you are right. That's okay. In the long run, everything will be returned to the normal. Normal means natural level of output. But in the long run, we are all dead. Okay. We are not so patient waiting until we are dead, right? Is there anyone who is patient enough to wait something good happens around your death? Time of death? Nobody would do that, right? So people are not patient. People are impatient. So people want the economy quickly going back to normal. Okay, then government steps in. So what that is there? That's very easy. Government job is there. So number one, government reduces tax. What happens to which? That's what you call government policy. Two, fiscal policy and monetary policy. Okay, fiscal policy first. What if government reduces tax, keeping G the same? Which car moves to which direction? AD puts it back to this direction, right? That's 1A. Second fiscal policy is there, keeping the tax same, government increase its expenditure, like building, constructing roads, ports or airports, or things like that. Which is an increase in G, right? As G increases, what happens to this curve? AD curve pushes back this direction. Okay, understandable. Okay. Finally, what if government increases money supply? That's monetary policy. What happens to here? Which curve moves to which direction? Okay. First effect, AD curve moves that direction because money supply increases, interest falls down, I will be encouraged, and I encourages Y. It gets bigger. It pushes back here. Understood? Okay. So this is government policies in response to probable, possible government policies in response to a demand shock. Understood? Okay. Then figure 10 is figure 9. What is figure 9? Figure 9. Okay, that figure 9 is nothing. Okay, figure 10. This one. Oh, this is typical case of supply shock. Okay. So standard example of supply shock is oil crisis. Oil crisis. So also all this is our starting point. This is our starting point. Okay, supply shock, oil shock. So which curve is affected? Oil shock. AS is what? Goes up. Okay, AS goes up here. AS. Okay. Situation is different than this one. Right. That's what you call this is demand shock. Okay, whatever demand shock, stock market crash, okay, real estate market crash, anything. Okay. Yes, this is supply shock due to such event as oil crisis. This is the Then originally we were I0. Now what do we have? This was of course P0, Y0. This was the happy days, right? This was what we had in the our happy days. Normal price, normal, okay, natural rate of unemployment. Everything was normal, right? Oil shock, what do we have? What do we have? Recession, right? Okay, unemployment plus inflation or deflation? Inflation, right? So inflation in recession, what do you call that? Inflation in recession. Stagflation. You have heard of that, right? Stagflation. Dawn, you have heard of stagflation? She's sleepy. Hyung, have you heard of stagflation? Well, this is it. Okay. Inflation in the recession times is we call stagflation. Stagflation is stagnation. The economy stagnates. Okay. Inflation we call stagflation. So this is the typical case of stagflation. Inflation in a recession time we call stagflation. Two bad things at the same time: stagnation, inflation. Okay, which called stagflation. Okay. Here again, classical economist comes in. Don't worry, be happy. So same story. This is unemployment, right? And Hyunji will beat down her wages. So will Yunna. So will Hee-won. So will Woo-seok. So will Sang-hwa. Everybody will beat price down, right? Then what will happen? This will shift to this back, right? Raw material prices falling down. Same story as I said, right? This will shift down. Okay. But Keynes comes in. Do you understand? Long run, this will come back to here. Beat down, okay? Everybody beat down raw material prices, wages, beat down. But, okay, and the Keynes comes in. Oh, I understand. You may be right. But what if I'll die in less than 2 years? Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. The classical economists say, wait, just for 2 years, merely 2 years. Just 2 years, everything will be all right. So job losers, is 2 years, merely 2 years? No. Okay. So you don't have enough patience to wait for, job losers don't have enough patience to wait for 2 years, right? Then they want to what? Government does something for them. Then what do we do then? Here, fiscal policy. Okay, number one, government decreases tax. Which car moves to which direction? AD car moves this direction, right? Okay. What if government increases G? Same story. Okay. Then what if government increases money supply? Same story. Understandable? So that's the all government policies are all about. I think this is it about it for today. So final message to you is this one. The bottom lines are in the page 8 of our class note. The origin of the ASAD model and then the Keynesian economics, which focuses on fluctuation of the demand side. The story is in this page, FYI, page 751. Please read it through. The old versions, you have different pages, but anyway, the story about Keynes, J.M. Keynes, John Maynard Keynes, you understood this great economist in 20th century. He's the creator of Keynesian economics or macroeconomics. Before Keynes, there's no such a thing as macroeconomics because microeconomics was it. Because at that time, what is individually true should be collectively true. But now Keynes comes in, what is individually true may not be collectively true. right? So down. Keynes invented, okay, macroeconomics. So if you are tired of macroeconomics, blame him, not me. So anyway, his conclusion is that Keynes famously said that in the long run we are all dead. So means I understand everything will return to normal in more or less two years or so. Okay, in return to the normal in 2 years or so, but we don't have enough patience to wait, especially job losers. Don't have enough patience to wait for 2 years until everything will be normal. So government has to step in the marketplace and have to do something. That's Keynesian economics. Okay, this is it for today. Any questions? So vote for your classmates. Those of you who didn't cast their vote, cast your vote in favor of your classmate Lee Hee-gon. Okay, good luck to you, Hee-gon. So have a wonderful weekend. Is this weekend free? It's not free weekend anymore, right? Okay, anyway.